I'm an Oakland Raider fan because I'm born and raised in Oakland and I bleed silver and black.
I'm a Raiders fan. Born in Oakland, I will always be loyal to the silver and black.
I'm a Raider fan because of my dad and Marcus Allen.
I'm an Oakland Raider fan because of my grandmother, Town Business.
I'm a Raider fan, born and raised, to be a Raider fan forever.
We're going to talk a little about traveling, where we've been, all the experience we had all over the states. Florida,
New Orleans,
Atlanta,
Arizona,
New York,
Mexico City,
Miami,
Baltimore,
Texas,
Chicago,
DC.
Philly.
Some good runs on some good games, a couple wins.
Wait, hold on. You were able to see an away game win?
Yeah.
That's like seeing a leprechaun.
Yeah, it was awesome too. I mean, priceless.
been to all those. I've been to one away game win in New Orleans. Last second, we drove down, scored a touchdown. Then Derek Carr hit Crabtree in the end zone, right where all the Raider Nation was at, for a 2-point conversion. Oh man, that was beautiful.
we took off to LA, which was insane. People were renting their driveways. Here's park here, park in the street. The police were parading.
Officer,
What's wrong with this picture right
tell
here?
me what you said, that this should have been a what kind of game? A Rams
This is
game?
supposed to be a Rams game, man.
That was pretty exciting.
LA obviously is Raider country. I don't even understand why San Diego would even try to go there. There are no Chargers fans here. None. Let's try to find one. Still none. None. That was totally being like at an Oakland Raider game or an LA Raider game.
When we were in Philly, it was Christmas Day. I get right in front, and there's a ESPN camera crew. Getting myself in there, and the Philly fan says, "This ain't for you." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, it is." So I'm squeezing my way in here, and even the camera guy said, "No, we want our own fans." And I'm like, "Well, you're not local TV, you're ESPN." But it was a hard fight, and it was a fight to get on that camera, but we were there.
Oh yeah, this story's the best.
Do tell, Angela.
One of the Raiders guys, he points at us, so we think, and he's like, my girls, and he's waving, and we're like, us?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. To the security, he goes, let them down. And so we walk down, and we're all, after that story Moon just had about you not welcome here, we're all strutting like, hey, we going to the field. The security guards are like, what? Looks on the field, and he's like, yeah, come on. So we walk down the stairs, we're literally on the field.
Celebrating, woo!
The guy who called us down walks past us. And so he gets all the way to the security, right? And we're already at midfield like, hey! So the security guy goes, what are you doing? I let your friends down. And he goes, no, I was waving at my mama. She's still in the stand.
I don't know those
And
two.
the
He's
security's
waving.
like, well, who's that? He's like, I don't know. We see security walking over.
Okay. No, we didn't know. Yeah, we didn't.
There's an area outside. Did you back up on the
No, that was interesting travel. I probably won't go back there. I'll take Miami.
I won't go back there because I don't like EAGLES.
That was an interesting group.
Oh no! The fans were terrible people.
Yeah, terrible.
By the way, that chant is lame.
Very lame, very lame. Hey, but the Rocky song kind of raw though. But their fans are horrible. I've ever met. The Philly fans are the worst people I ever met. That's for real.
I would agree with that. And not even oh, they're the biggest sports fans or they're the toughest. No, y'all a bunch of sissies crying. Oh no, I have a good story. No, this is good. So we're yelling. Moon and I are yelling. We're beast mode.
We're just chanting back and forth.
And we're egging them on to make noise. This is a point that they're supposed to be quiet. And so we're Raiders, and they think they're mocking us by going Raiders.
They were like, "What? Can't hear you. What are you saying?" They're getting louder than the next one's yelling Raiders. The next one's yelling. All you guys have is Raiders.
Yeah. Wait. I'm sorry. What do we have?
That's funny.
New Orleans people are the complete opposite of Philly people. The New Orleans people are the nicest people in the world. I love you. I will always come back. Anyway, the second time in New Orleans, it was this march we had was incredible. I mean, it was, I'm not exaggerating when I say probably 10,000 people marching down the streets. The people on Bourbon Street loved us so much because we brought so much money in to the bars, and everyone loved us so much. They're like, please come back. And New Orleans fans were giving us high fives. It was incredible. The best people ever. And I love you guys, and we will always go back to New Orleans because you're great people.
Oh, I gotta get that experience.
Sounds fun.
So I was wondering, Q, where was your favorite away game?
Man, that's a tough one. Out of all of them, I would say opening night, Hugh Jackson was the coach, Monday Night Football in Denver. You know, when Jano hit tied to the field goal record. It was a tight back and forth game. Wasn't seeming like we were going to win. And for us to pull it out against a division rival, the Donkeys, I mean, oh man, the Raider fans went stupid after that. Denver was ready to beat us down, but they couldn't, even with all 70,000 of their fans in there.
Favorite is probably Mexico City, just because we did actually find the leprechaun there. I for sure thought that they were going to turn that out, but they ended up winning.
So the Mexico trip. Love the people, my people.
Viva la raza!
You have little kids selling what they need to sell to survive.
Yeah, I had like a 5-year-old sell me a beer. I wasn't mad at it.
It's huge. So we get in there, we find our seats, and we are literally behind.
Your seats were behind barbed wire?
We had a chain link fence in front of us and a chain link fence on the side of us. And then on top of that was barbed wire. And then once we got up to like our section, you can't come back down to this lower area. If you come back down to this lower area, then you're leaving the stadium.
In order not to leave our seats and have to go way back and purchase some drinks, we had the guys who were selling the beers, because they sold beers and whatnot, slip it underneath the fence.
Yeah. And this was actually my favorite stadium meal ever. Cup of noodles and Doritos.
So that's a travel spot I would go back to. Plus we saw a lot of beautiful parts of the country, which is another part of traveling. Not only do we just go to see the game, we go to see the state and see what it's all about.
That I think is the best part of travel.
Love the Raiders, travel with the Raiders, but the game is 3 hours. You know, and I'm normally somewhere from Thursday to Monday just to enjoy, see what that state, that city, that surrounding area has to offer. I say Denver was probably my best win, but party life, I mean, man, New York, Miami, I mean, just some really good times, man. Just hanging out with Raider family, with my family, just the locals. Seeing their traditions and customs and what they do and how they maneuver.
Wherever you go in New Orleans, oh, the parties are incredible. We went to Miami too. We did snorkeling. In New Orleans, we went and did alligator tour, and you fed alligators.
Our experience in travel, I think for me, my biggest takeaway is the people that we met.
Amen.
You know,
Amen.
In Miami, we met the Sacramento girls. They were on the bus with us, and they're like, "You're from Sacramento?" Like, we're from Pleasanton, we're both basically from Oakland at that point. And they're like, "Oh, we tailgate here." We're like, "Oh, well, we tailgate right next to you." Like, that's crazy. So we've been longtime friends with all those ladies. When we were in Philly, we met 2 people that were from Compton, LA. Now we're like dearest friends with them. They've invited us to their home for a Raider game. We've stayed at their home. They've been to the Econo Lodge where we are here to party. We're like, this is our family.
They've been to La Familia tailgate.
Of course, Raider Nation, that's how we do.
All these incredible people you meet, you gotta love it. I really appreciate that. Joseph Rivera, my homeboy, me and Q met him in Miami.
You've met them once, and then they're in your life for forever.
And then at all the away games I go to, which is probably 1 or 2 away games a year, there's always, the Raider Nation always has the biggest tailgate at all of these stadiums around the country, and it's all love. as usual. It's all love, but I mean big hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, man. I mean, it's nothing like it to be in New York, to be in Miami, and the Raiders have a real big tailgate following going on, and it's awesome.
We've met Nikki Snow.
I remember meeting Nikki.
So a girl and I are walking down the street, and we're just like, where are we gonna go? There's so many different Raider parties going on, and here's Nikki Snow. She's posted. Tell her what she said.
The party's downstairs! Okay! Like she knew what we were looking for.
That's incredible. The last New York trip last year is the craziest story to me ever. I met this dude, I had my Raider stuff on, I started talking to him. His name is Lavelle Coleman, great dude. We were chopping it up, and we kind of talked alike, and I'm like, where you from, bro? He's like, from Richmond. I was like, Richmond, California? He was like, hell yeah. I was like, what? I'm from Richmond, fool. And we're in New York. I was like, bro, there's all these incredible Raider parties. Man, he kicked it, he had a blast. So I see him every once in a while. The Raider Nation family all over, whether it be in New York or New Orleans or even New England. I mean, the Orlando Raider boosters, the road games when you meet other Raider fans is incredible. But when you meet someone from home, oh, that was great to me.
I ain't got no stories like y'all.
We travel well.
Travel well.
Travel well.
No, that's right.
You know that right.